Hide and seek is one of those games most of us can't remember learning. Finding things is probably the first true skill we ever learn, so it's no wonder this game is everywhere. So where did hide and seek come from, and where is it going next? Hide and seek, like most games, has only been properly documented since the 1950s, but there's other evidence that it's been around for a lot longer. Playable with group sizes of 2 and up, and with no equipment, the only limiting factor is the playing environment, but even that isn't much of a limit. One of the great benefits of hide and seek is that it can be played almost anywhere. Even in IKEA. Well, especially in IKEA. The hiding opportunities are endless, and most people get lost in IKEA without even trying. Large-scale IKEA hide and seek appears to have started around 2014 in Europe, where thousands of people, yes, thousands, began turning up specifically to play. In 2015, IKEA seemingly reluctantly banned hide and seek in its shops, saying, "We need to make sure people are safe, and that's hard if we don't know where they are." Well, IKEA, it sounds to me like you have a problem. Firstly, it sounds like your customers have won the game. And secondly, and much more importantly, how do you know you got all of them out? I like to think that in 10 years' time, IKEA staff will uncover the grinning skeletons of young contenders behind a pile of futons. There is no greater proof that you won hide and seek than skeletons. The standard hide and seek game mode is pretty simple. Hiders hide while the seeker counts, then the seeker goes looking. Last to be found is the winner. But there are a host of variations on the game that originate from all over the world. The first simple variation is where hiders who have been found help to locate the remaining hiders. This is quite fun because it means the difficulty goes up the longer the game continues. The Sardines game mode is quite well known too. In this case, only one player goes to hide and all remaining players are seekers. But when a seeker finds the hider, they stealthily jump in to hide with them. In this way, you end up with all but the last seeker jammed into one hiding place like sardines in a tin, and everyone wins except for the odd one out. Or they just jump in too and then everyone wins. Sardines is especially fun if the first hider picks a hiding place that's extremely small or awkward to get into, and quickly jumping in while trying not to alert the other seekers is also usually a challenge. Australia's 44 Homes and Indonesia's Kicking the Can are both variations on the standard format. In Kicking the Can, hiders who've been located must race the seeker back to an object or home area, traditionally a can. In 44 Homes, the hider must attempt to return home while the seeker tries to tag them. If they get tagged, then the hider becomes the new seeker. North India plays a variation that any self-respecting ninja would be proud of. If hiders manage to tag the seeker without being spotted first, then they win and the game is restarted. What I like about this version is it creates a risk-reward debate for the hiders. Normally the role of hider in hide and seek is a passive role, but when you have the chance to win the game by being sneaky, it raises the stakes, and even affects where you might choose to hide. In 2010, hide and seek was turned into an official tournament when 70 teams from 11 countries attended the Nascondino World Championship in Bergamo, Italy. Nascondino means hide and seek in Italian, and the competition takes place on a field filled with objects that present a range of hiding opportunities. Nascondino uses the same format as 44 Homes, where hiders must attempt to return to a safe zone while avoiding being tagged by the seekers. The success of hide and seek as a game is probably a lot to do with its simplicity. In fact, hide and seek's basic framework is so fundamentally simple that it can be easily understood by machines. OpenAI's hide and seek research project put multiple computer-controlled agents into simulated environments. There are only a few basic states that agents can occupy in hide and seek: trying to avoid the gaze of the seekers, trying to cast gaze onto the hiders, and being found. Having incentivized these states for their agents, the OpenAI team let the computers learn to play the game through trial and error. When the hiders came up with a new strategy, the seekers had to adapt.
The hiders learn to use rudimentary tools to their advantage. By grabbing and locking these blocks, they can create their own shelter. The hiders are not the only ones who can learn to use tools. After many generations of failing to break into the shelter, the seekers learn to jump over obstacles using ramps.
Because the basic rules of hide and seek were the agent's only restrictions, they found surprising, innovative, and complex behaviors started to emerge. This is a fantastic example of why simple, well-balanced game rules work. They allow for creativity and innovation, which changes depending on other factors like playing area, without making the game any less fun to play. Hide and seek is seeing a massive resurgence lately, with games being recorded in interesting locations and released online, as well as games taking place within virtual environments, such as that of GTA or Fortnite. Hide and seek is one of the great fundamental games, with adoring fans all over the planet, and its primary game mechanic will probably continue to get people lost or crammed into small and unusual places for the rest of human history.